On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
I get what you're saying.
What am I saying?
Because you're trying to say, well, in the abstract or in the immediate consequence, yeah, but you know, if you're
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, well, tell me, because I was talking about it.
Go ahead. No, when you compare it to like a gang fight where you're scared, but you're gonna be brave, I guess is the word, where you're like, man, I'm with this group. This is what I do. You compared it to combat, like, did you say in the army, like a war?
So the concept
in that situation.
So wait. The concept of do it scared, do it afraid, do it anyway. What is that?
That is much different than people who are living their best lives.
It is much different, Rilla. It's way different.
Totally different.
Way different.
That's like, think about it, Rilla. If somebody breaks into,
hold on, because listen, wait, and y'all could come back after I finish my point.
Okay, Rilla, put your foot down.
Instead, mothers are raising their daughters to be just like them because they're their friends instead of their parents. It makes no sense. It's 100% of a contradiction. And I think that when you see people say that they operate out of fear and that's why they're in the state that they're in, it's the crutch that they're using in order to make an excuse for them not to do the work to get out of it. That's the truth.
Anton, let me respond to that because I'm actually shocked. Yes, I agree with the majority of what you were saying, because while Kayla was talking, and I think Island talked before her, when you hear the question, are modern women living in fear? Okay, some people might be like, yeah, or whatever. But I thought about it a different way, and you kind of touched on some of that. Fear is like a natural and healthy thing that's supposed to deter you. The reason we are scared, and the reason I always be like the animals, but like any species like is scared or fearful or whatever, is to take them out of a dangerous situation or a situation that could potentially be harmful. So I think that the perception of people living in fear, I get it, but I think it's more so conditioning, social conditioning. A lot of women think the way they think because that's what they've been hearing. That's what's being celebrated, maybe in their family, maybe in their online groups, whatever. So they are, what happened? Did y'all see that? Oh, can y'all hear me?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it kind of went out, but you're good. You're good. It's fine.
Okay. Every screen went black. Okay, but no, I think that a lot of the things that people perceive as living in fear are trauma responses, and a lot of them. So it's not like intentional, like, oh, I'm living in fear. It's something that you're doing like subconsciously, I guess I could say. And then conditioning. So when there are people that support certain things, and y'all all know now, you can find a group to support anything.
So give me an example of a situation where somebody run towards the thing that they fear.
No, I was agreeing with you. I'm saying that people don't typically run towards things that they fear. I'm saying the reason that that's happening is due to social conditioning and due to traumas that people haven't even unpacked. So there's this subconscious attraction to these things, and people don't even realize, like,
oh, so you're saying that the context behind why people are still doing the thing that they're doing is because society at large is conditioning them to think that they're supposed to move this specific way.
Yeah, for some people, yeah. Like for some people,
I got what you're saying.
Like Rebecca talked about her feminist time period of life. When she was in that time period, and you can of course speak on this because I don't know your personal experience, but I'm sure that she felt like good at that moment. Like people were supporting, like, yeah, Rebecca, do this, do that. You can find a group that's going to support anything you're doing.
I got what you're saying. That makes sense.
You have to be really careful. And that's where parenting comes in. That's where having family and close friends and people that can really be real with you come in. Because if you're just kind of left to your own devices without any like guidance at all, I guess I could say, from anyone or anyone to like ground you or any group to ground you, you can anything. The sky is the limit about places where you can be accepted. So I think it's more so that rather than living in fear. It's people find a home where they want to find a home, and then it just strengthens their beliefs about whatever the thing that they're believing is. And that can be good or bad.
Rayla, what are your thoughts about our modern women living in fear?
Yeah, I appreciate what everybody said, right? And when Anton came with the Thor hammer, I was like, damn, I didn't think about it on that in that perspective. But I'm gonna push back though, because we're talking about the modern woman, sir. This modern woman is a different, and I'm just telling you based on what I see, my journey down this path for the last 9 months now. The modern woman is different. So when you talk about, so let me answer the question outright. The modern woman, yeah, Jonathan, the modern woman is fearful. But your question is, Anton, well, your premise is if people are fearful of a thing, and I don't know, maybe somebody needs to go on mute, but because I hear a little bit of echo. If a person is fearful of a thing, then they tend to draw back and insulate themselves and protect themselves, right? Okay, here's what I would give you. My era, my heyday, gang banging, right? I seen plenty of gang fights where people were fearful of the opposition. They may have been outnumbered. Guess what? You running in anyway. That goes for any army. That goes for any 300 Spartan.
But that's different. That's different though, Chicago. Because there's something at stake if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Versus you being separated.
Modern women. No. Let's not do that. There's something at stake for modern women.
No,
if we don't.
I get the overarching concept, and I get where you're coming from. But like
I get what you're saying.
What am I saying?
Because you're trying to say, well, in the abstract or in the immediate consequence, yeah, but you know, if you're
that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, well, tell me, because I was talking. Go ahead.
No, when you compare it to like a gang fight where you're scared, but you're gonna be brave, I guess is the word, where you're like, man, I'm with this group. This is what I do. You compared it to combat, like, did you say in the army, like a war?
So the concept
in that situation.
Wait. The concept of do it scared, do it afraid, do it anyway. What is that?
That is much different than people who are living their best lives.
It is much different, Rilla. It's way different.
Totally different.
Way different.
That's like, think about it, Rilla. If somebody breaks into,
hold on, because listen, wait, and y'all could come back after I finish my point.
Okay, Rilla, put your foot down.